Hello and welcome to another Royally Rich Lifestyle Show with me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And me, Helena Chard.
Well, it's another great day on ALB UK television. Let's roll the titles and let's get on with the show. What on earth have they been up to again? Helena, what's been going on?
There's been so much going on. So I think starting with the most recent thing that everyone's talking about, I know Fox News was asking about it, King Charles is not speaking to Prince Harry. He's not picking up calls, he's not doing anything. I knew this would come out because it's always a certain time of year and a certain, I think it was the People that put something out. So that's, I think, Harry's People, isn't it? He was saying that he basically is trying to speak to his father and he cannot. But this is now done. Obviously, we don't know the complete truth about everything, and we don't know if it's 100% true. But he is wanting his full-time security protection, police protection reinstated, as we know. He thinks his dad can wing it. But obviously, you know, King Charles constitutionally has no government power, and it's down to Ravek operating on behalf of the government. So, and there's loads of different things. I think Harry's got battles going on. He's doing millions of interviews, and I think at the moment they're thinking less is more with the communication. So we will see. I mean, as we know as well, I mean, they're doing another interview, aren't they, with
They're doing another
CBC.
interview on CD for CBC. Yeah.
That's coming up, and they've got another pseudo-royal tour, I think, that's taking place somewhere very dangerous. So it won't come to the UK because it's extraordinarily dangerous. But yeah, so there's lots going on there, and of course tabloids on trial. Again, there was lots going on there. So I don't know. There's a lot of blame game going on, but I think the interview is on Sunday, so we will wait and see. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely.
But also, Prince Harry is about to inherit a huge amount of money, and this is courtesy of his great-grandma, who was incredibly funny. She was so funny. This is for his 40th birthday that's coming up in September, and I think he's set to inherit something like 8 million. There's money that's been put in trust for all the grandchildren, including William, and it was put in trust in 1994, so before she passed at the age of 2002, at the grand age of 101. But everyone's been talking about how sad she would have been because she absolutely loved Prince Harry. They had such great sense of humour, and they used to do Ali G skits with each other, and it was really, really great fun. So she'd be so disappointed to see almost like history repeating itself. And I suppose by saying that means Edward and Simpson. But, you know, let's just see what happens. It's extra money, and he gets actually more than Prince William, which is unusual, but that's all to do with the fact that obviously William and the Duchy of Cornwall, he sets to make money from the private estate, whereas Prince Harry doesn't. So it's a difference in the allocation of monies, which I find very interesting.
Well, I think, you know, the reality with all of this is that they've all got another big payday between them all at the moment, and
huge amount.
Let's come back together. That's my message. Let's get them all back together again.
I think it will take a while. It's going to take a while. I know. Absolutely. And obviously King Charles, I mean, there's lots of talk, isn't there, about King Charles wanting everybody, that's the public, to be able to connect with the palaces and the castles, and making everything more public, which is fantastic. And in fact, even Balmoral into a museum, which will be very interesting. So one of the things at the moment is King Charles is opening one of his favourite Scottish retreats, and that's for private dinners this summer. A unique chance to enjoy this dining experience at the Castle of May. Now, I would love to do this, I have to say. Something for us to do, I think, Ian. We'll have to take a wander to Caithness. Apparently, groups of 12 can take a champagne tour of the 16th century castle and enjoy a bespoke 3-course meal made by a local chef, so it sounds very delicious. Dinner served at the King's table, in the dining room, which His Majesty normally uses, and obviously an option of a whiskey and gin tasting as well. So, and in the drawing room, and live music from the piper to follow. So, real authentic experience. I love the fact that things have been opened for everyone to try, which is great. And of course, people have always been able to stay at Granary Lodge on site, and that's open whenever King Charles isn't around. So. And following on as well, we were talking about the late Queen Mum, who's so funny. She bought the castle in 1952 It was gifted to Queen Elizabeth May Trust in 1996, and it attracts so many visitors. And obviously now monies go to the King's Foundation, which is all great news, and offers lots of educational courses. Something as well, we love Princess Diana, and I know Ian's taken some lovely photographs that we should show on the show again, shouldn't we? Some really beautiful ones. But I'm interested to know that Princess Diana's beloved Christian Dior bag, it used to be called the Choo Choo bag. It was launched in 1994. Princess Diana absolutely fell in love with it, and 2 years later they named it after her, in her honour. So it was then the Lady Dior bag in '96, obviously with Diana's blessing. And it was the most popular design. She had it in every single colour, and I think it was with her new sense of freedom. She really became a boss sort of woman status, wearing these wonderful fashion choices, and it really went with her whole newfound confidence and worked with her philanthropic career that she'd carved out for herself. And leading into that, which is quite interesting, is that Meghan, now, when she's out and about with her girlfriends, is seen carrying a Lady Dior bag as well, but she has a slight difference in that she's got an embroidered little...
she's got her name on it.
She's got her name on it. Now, isn't that typical? She's not a working royal, but she's hanging on to that royal title for dear life, despite not being a working royal. And so she has the Duchess of Sussex on it, which is DSSOS, which is slightly strange, but I think Duchess must be the DSS bit, and then OS is Sussex. So that's fun. So she has taken over that, which, no, it's always going to be Princess Diana's bag, as I see it.
Absolutely.
And a fun one as well. So the Society Bible Tatler magazine, a very good magazine, has recently compiled a list of all their best dressed people for 2024. And I think the irony is that there's the most unlikely person royal that's been chosen as being the best dressed person that scooped the crown, and it is Princess Beatrice. Now, I'm thrilled that she's been given this award, but obviously she's gone from one extreme to the other, where she was so mocked with her fashion, as we can see the hat that she wore to the Prince and Princess of Wales wedding, which she did sell off for charity, so it did make a lot of money, but always has had a dig. But she's looking very sophisticated now and beautiful, and this is down to her new stylist, and she's actually been called the Princess of Perfection, which I think is probably going a little bit too far, but good for her. I'm trying to think of who her new stylist is, but it's Olivia Buckingham. I knew there was a royal twang there. So she is basically her secret weapon, and if clothes can make a woman feel empowered and confident, then that's what clothes should be for. Hear, hear, I say. So good for her. I feel sorry for her sister though, but I guess she's looking stylish, isn't she? I think really stylish at the minute. And also the Princess Royal, as we remember, we reported on this show not so long ago. She's a most unlikely men's fashion icon, and Fendi basically said that she gave her inspiration for the new male line. She's the most elegant and the chicest woman in the world. Again, isn't that a fun one? And we can see her there in the Mac when she's sporting, and Fendi obviously did a copy for the male catwalk there, which is unusual to say the least. And also we've seen quite a bit, because obviously Princess Anne, she's had her accident recently. She is still slightly recovering, but she's on her feet and really enjoying the 2024 Olympic Games. So she sparked royal frenzy. She was giving Adam Peaty his award, his silver for 100-metre breaststroke, and really enjoying all the games. In fact, I think she's there for the whole time.
Absolutely, and I think we've got a picture of her with her husband as well at the Olympics, with
And I love it.
Pie hat on.
Do you know, I love that hat. Isn't that great? I think she sort of looks very with it there. It's a bucket hat, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
I think it's got a bucket
I
hat.
would call it a pork pie hat, but there you go.
I think it's, I love that. But, so she's enjoying everything and giving out all the medals, and people are really enjoying seeing her there. Of course, we remember she was in the 1976 Olympics herself, and also her daughter Zara won silver at the 2012 team eventing. And yes, just to say that she does the 3-day event, not horse racing, as I mentioned the other week, which was completely wrong. I realise I made the mistake, but there you go.
It had all sorts of aspirations,
I just think,
going over the jumps at Ascot.
All to do with horses, and she's really enjoyed the 2024.
I got a feeling, didn't Anne once actually do horse riding? I think she raced at Ascot one time, if I remember rightly, years ago.
She has, but it wasn't her main. She was always a 3-day sport,
but I think she actually she
so I wasn't so wrong then. So that wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't too bad.
But so good. And also following on with this, I've just recently heard that Tom Cruise is going to do some amazing thing at the end of these 2024 Olympics. So he's obviously doing, I don't know, some kind of...
He's not going to jump out of a sky, is he?
Well, nothing could beat our Queenie, late Queen Elizabeth, jumping out of the plane.
Anyway.
I know, so lovely. And just really to finish off as well, as we know, the hardest working royal, as she's known, so Princess Anne. She now, the Princess Royal, she has taken Princess Charlotte under her wing, which I think is beautiful, and actually a really good match. They get on incredibly well. They talk everything from... I don't know, it's to do with princess training, and I think the idea is to make sure that Charlotte doesn't go a little bit AWOL, like father and uncle, William and Harry, and to put in the hard work so she understands. But I think so that Charlotte and Brave, they can really, it's a mutual respect, and I think no one could do it better than Princess Anne, and obviously Prince and Princess of Wales are absolutely thrilled.
Fabulous.
So there we go, Royal Roundup.
Right, well, we're now just going to take a short break, and then we're going to see 2 videos today from the Royal Family channel. One is to do with King Charles, and he's in Scotland looking at some of the latest properties that he's been asked to view. And then the second one is the competitive nature of William and Kate. Stay tuned.
Who worked on the bid in the run-up to it and is now joining the team.
I think many would say too long, but there we are still here.
Well, he covers such a huge area.
Biggest in the UK now, sir.
It hasn't worn you out yet.
Not yet.
It's about the size of Northern Ireland.
Not very many people.
Well,
Thank you very much.
It's a product of many, many years' work from people like Andrew Bridget and many others.
I'm good as I can imagine that. It's got everything.
It's a lot in there, yes. We can give you more if you want.
And it has
all the details.
You're all from ours.
no one with Town Council.
And Rebecca Tanner, who's also with Town Council. We're all wearing our team colours today.
Rebecca's the
Not every day.
Not every.
But it was recognised for the recovery as well.
Yeah, I mean, for us, there's a significant amount of people are here, some people aren't. In each project, it's almost like we keep the projects built layer upon layer until we're here with this. It's fantastic. It's fantastic for the whole country.
I got this a date. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Good work. Slowly cook down, and we've got that is from the wall of the stable, a nice flat style. Much fun with the midget. But you might get something on the barbie. At the end of it. So where are you in I do hope the venison burgers are up to standard. Covered in midges.
So welcome back, and now we're going to talk about the retail situation in London at the moment as part of our Launch GB campaign. So first of all, retail at the moment is very important for producers and customers because it stimulates tourism. It's been estimated nowadays that London households spend £160 a week in retail. It provides 400,000 individuals and offers many part-time roles for work as well. 54% of retail employees are women. Employment in 43,000 establishments, and Oxford Street, as we are seeing now, is the busiest shopping centre in Europe. The departmental stores in Oxford Street started in the 1870s with John Lewis, and then in 1864 with the very famous Selfridges as well. But nowadays we look upon Brent Cross as one of the largest shopping centres in Europe. What do you think, Helena?
God, I just think, you know, we know Brent Cross incredibly well, and that was it sort of opened up first in 1976 as the first out-of-town retail outlet, and I have to say it's really pretty good. It's got all the main shops in it. It's really, I think it's really good fun. It's safe, and you can get absolutely everything from there. But I think it was developed by Hammerson, and the lovely thing, it was actually opened by Prince Charles on the 2nd of March 1976, and in his honour, Prince Charles Drive runs along the front, and it attracts 15 million visitors a year. It's one of the largest incomes per unit for UK retail spaces. And it took 19 years to build at a cost of 20 million. And it's really, really praised as bringing the American style concept to the UK. I think what's so great as well, I think you have so much scope with all that space. You can bring people in, you can have pop-up stores if you want to, you can have great big plasma screens, so doing extra add-on sales, which I think is really exciting. And it's not like the olden days where it was the very traditional stores.
And it's interesting that the first three major stores, Phoenix, John Lewis and Marks and Spencer, are still there, that many years later.
Absolutely, and you've got the fashion and food and relaxing, there's a lot of, it's really, and it's always very clean. So I think these stores, they do very well. I mean, I hope it's part of the future.
Yes.
I don't know. I think probably
I think
people's
from what we're
stores are probably
hearing at the
struggling.
moment,
But
I think from what we're hearing at the moment is that they're actually going to double the size, double the capacity
yes, I've heard
of Brent
that.
Cross as well. So it's obviously
Incredible,
one of the,
isn't it?
such a success story for business in Britain as well.
I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be 20 million, because that's very good, isn't it?
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
it's going to be a fortune, but it obviously does incredibly well. So
Absolutely.
I think it's great to highlight all these wonderful stores.
Well, it's part of our new Launch GB campaign as well, to actually promote through the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show the values of Great Britain to America, and show, you know, what can actually be seen in Britain as well. So it's another sort of a beautiful piece to actually sort of look at the same time. However, the show has come to an end again. It is a massive show today of the Royals, isn't it?
We can't have come to the end, surely.
We have come to the end of the show already.
Oh.
So it is one of those shows that I hope people will enjoy. So again, for me, Ian Pelham Turner, I would like to thank, first of all, Helena Chard and ALB UK Television, and also Dr. Jacqueline Kerback and USA Global TV and Radio as well, for all the support that they have given us to actually create such a great show as well. Helena, how do you feel today?
Oh, I think, yeah, another great show. Lots and lots of royal. I think really great fun, isn't it, seeing the Prince and Princess of Wales competing against each other. It's like, you know, who would you choose for the Olympics out of those two? So, and really great to be able to work with all these wonderful people as well. So we look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Absolutely. So for me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And from me, Helena Chard.
Have a great week, and we will see you again next week. Stay tuned.